There are moments in life when the weight becomes too heavy to carry, when the silence of your own thoughts feels louder than the noise outside, when the smile you wear in public becomes a mask and your heart aches quietly behind it. We don't talk enough about these moments, not because they don't matter, but because we've been taught to hide them. We're told to stay strong, to keep moving, to push through, but real strength is not pretending to be okay. Real strength is allowing yourself to feel, to fall, to break, and then choosing to rise again. Pain is not the enemy, it's the teacher, and like all great teachers, it's not always gentle. It comes to wake us up, not to punish us, but to help us grow into who we were always meant to be. When life hurts, it's easy to believe that something is wrong with us, that we're broken or not enough. But maybe the pain is actually evidence that we're alive, that we're human, that we're experiencing the depth of emotion that connects all of us. That reminds us we're not alone. Some of the most beautiful transformations come from the deepest pain. The strongest trees are the ones that grew through storms. The brightest diamonds are formed under pressure. And some of the most inspiring people have walked through darkness you'll never see. So if life is hurting right now, pause, breathe. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to rush to fix the feeling. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is sit with the discomfort, listen to what it's trying to tell you, and trust that it's shaping you into someone wiser, kinder, and more resilient. You're not behind. You're not weak. You're not failing. You're evolving, and there's something beautiful waiting for you on the other side of this pain. You may not see it yet, but one day you'll look back and realize that this hurt didn't break you. It built you. We often grow up believing that pain is something to avoid at all costs. We're told to stay strong, get over it, or move on, as if pain is a sign that something is wrong with us. But the truth is, pain isn't a weakness. It's a messenger, a teacher. It arrives not to destroy us, but to guide us toward deeper understanding and growth. When we experience pain, emotional, physical, or spiritual, it's a signal that something needs our attention. It could be a broken relationship, a lost dream, a health issue, or even an identity crisis. Pain highlights the gap between where we are and where we're meant to be. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's also incredibly powerful. Because in those moments of raw vulnerability, we often discover parts of ourselves we never knew existed. Resilience, empathy, purpose. The greatest lessons in life rarely come from comfort. Comfort keeps us still. But pain pushes us forward. It shakes us, strips away our illusions, and forces us to confront truths we may have been avoiding. It humbles us, softens us, and opens our hearts in ways that joy alone never could. Think about the people who inspire you the most, the ones who speak with depth, compassion, and wisdom. Chances are they didn't get there by avoiding pain. They got there by facing it, learning from it, and letting it shape them. Their scars are not signs of defeat, they're symbols of growth. Just like a muscle strengthens through strain, the human spirit strengthens through struggle. Pain can also be a mirror. It reflects back to us our values, our priorities, and our inner world. What hurts us often shows us what matters to us. If rejection hurts, maybe it's because we value connection. If failure stings, maybe it's because we care deeply about our purpose. Pain isn't senseless, it's meaningful. But we only begin to understand that when we stop running from it and start listening to it. This doesn't mean we should romanticize suffering or seek it out, but when it comes, because life guarantees it will, we can choose how we respond. We can numb ourselves, suppress it, or blame the world. Or we can meet the pain with presence and curiosity. We can ask, what is this trying to teach me? What can I learn from this? And slowly, the pain becomes a path, not a dead end. You are not weak because you feel pain. You are human, and in embracing your pain, not hiding from it, you open yourself up to transformation. You become more grounded, more aware, and more capable of living a life with depth and intention. So the next time pain knocks at your door, remember, it's not here to break you, it's here to teach you. And the lesson it brings may just be the one that changes everything. When life hurts, hope can feel like a distant illusion, something people talk about in books, in speeches, or in movies, but not something that feels real in the middle of your pain. It's hard to believe in light when you're surrounded by darkness, but the truth is, even if you can't see it right now, hope does exist beyond the hurt, and more than that, it's often born from it. Pain has a way of closing in on us. It narrows our vision, shrinks our world, and convinces us that how we feel now is how we'll feel forever. But emotions are like seasons, they change. The coldest winter doesn't last, and just as nature finds a way to bloom again, so can we. Hope isn't the denial of pain. It's not pretending everything is okay. It's not forcing positivity when your heart is breaking. Real hope is much quieter. It's the gentle whisper that says, keep going. It's the tiny spark that refuses to go out even when everything around it is dark. It lives not in loud declarations, but in small moments, waking up and choosing to try again, reaching out when you want to isolate, or simply breathing through one more difficult day. When you're hurting, it can be easy to believe that nothing good can come from it. But some of the most profound transformations in life begin with pain. Heartbreak opens the door to self-discovery. Loss teaches us to cherish life more deeply. Disappointment realigns us with what truly matters. These experiences stretch us, refine us, and teach us to hold space for both sorrow and strength at the same time. And in that space, between what was and what will be, hope quietly grows. It might show up in the form of a conversation with someone who understands, in the beauty of a sunrise after a sleepless night, in a quote that says exactly what you needed to hear, or simply in the realization that you've survived 100% of your hardest days so far. And that means you can survive this one too. You don't have to know how it will all work out. Hope doesn't ask for certainty. It only asks that you leave room for the possibility that something better is still ahead, that joy can find its way back to you, that healing is possible, even if it's slow, even if it's messy. So if you're in a place where it hurts right now, hold on, not because everything will be perfect, but because your story isn't finished. There are still chapters to be written. There are still people you haven't met, experiences you haven't lived, and versions of yourself you haven't yet become. Hope exists, not because life is always easy, but because you are still here. And if you're still here, then the possibility for something beautiful still exists beyond the hurt.